Hey guys, I'm here to show you guys and break down one of my older matches. I believe this one was from 2017 at the Nogi Pan American Championships. This was against Rehan Mutalib from Alliance. Uh, so here we go. One thing that I really like to do is watch my opponent when they're on their back heel take my shot. The shot doesn't have to be good; it just has to be fast, and you have to commit to it because they're already if they're on their back heel, they're probably typically trying to go to their own guard. So as he's kind of falling back, you shoot in. He sits to his butt because he was already going to do that, but you get 2 points. Okay, it's really going to be important when you're competing in points tournaments like the IBGF, the World Championship, Pan American Championship, stuff like that. So, competitors nowadays, and they have been for the last decade, have been extremely good at scoring and not allowing points back. And if you can score that too, you can really make like a world of difference in a match at the high level. So here we are. I go double unders here, but I don't have proper double underhook on that left leg of his. So I back out. You can obviously see here, even while he's on his butt, Rehan is much taller than me. He is not bigger than me, but he's much taller. So he's got long legs, and he's able to get those legs into positions that I'm not really so comfortable with, like right here. Okay, so he's kind of coming up to my back. I invert. I try to invert Granby again. He throws his right hook in. Really good hook on that one. When he threw that in, I remember, that was I'm like, man, okay, I shouldn't have let that in. Now I've got to work back from this really bad position. But luckily for me, I suck at jiu-jitsu, and so I've had my back taken 1,000 times, or 10,000 times probably. And I'm pretty comfortable from getting out of positions like this. So, he's going to be working here, trying to get both hooks in, because I don't believe he scored any points yet. I could be wrong about that, but here I am trying to take his left leg and throw it into 50-50 to get away from the back. Okay, so he's extremely flexible, which sometimes can be a hindrance to you. The more flexible you are, the easier it is to pull a leg or an arm in a position that it may not necessarily be strong in. And so in that position, I was able to do that, and so I had his bottom leg in a bad spot. But okay, now he's still working pretty good here. He's got his top leg is in that over the shoulder position, almost like he wants to go for a triangle. But if you notice here, we're going to pause this for a second. Go back a little bit more. Okay, so as I'm trying to scoop my butt over, I take my top foot here, and I'm going to step on his left ankle. Okay, now this, in addition to my hips and my butt being on the inside of his thigh here and pressing down onto him, this is going to make it very difficult for him to be able to use that bottom hook. Okay, top hook is not the hook that you want. You always want the bottom hook at the very least, right? Because it's much easier to get out if the bottom hook is not there. So I'm keeping it out right now. I'm doing a decent enough job doing that. And then we come up to this position. I was able to keep my knee and elbow close enough to where this ankle and heel couldn't slide inside, where you could get a better armbar position or possibly even a triangle. So as we come in here, I start to step up. He's doing a really good job. He's very dexterous, able to get his leg in a decent position, but it was just a little bit too much for him, and I get on top again. He gets an advantage for the almost back take, so I don't believe he scored any points there even in the beginning. Now, this is where some cool stuff happens. Now, if you become good at the front headlock, you can allow people in on your legs because it is just easier sometimes to allow them to come up than have to force them to come up. So he, probably was a little frustrated. He went all that way had an incredible position, scored no points, and so he was still down. I was still up by 2. And so the onus is on him. He's got to score. So, we hand fight a little bit. He looks like he wants to grab a single leg here. And as he grabs for that single leg, he extended his right arm, inside hook. I jump over, and I finish this roll through here. Now, he decided, instead of staying on his knees and backing out, he decided he was going to stand. I'm good with that, okay? I keep my chest and my ear on top of his shoulders, and so that hoists me up, okay, kind of reminiscent of some of my other guillotine matches here. And then right before I was arm in, okay, you guys saw this. If you guys watched my breakdown with Javad, you saw that I had the arm in for control, and then when they pull that elbow back, then my left arm is going to come over. Now we're in a front headlock position here, which makes it just incredibly difficult to get out of once I have my hands locked. And then I'm going to slide my bottom knee across, and my left leg is going to take the back. Boom. And he turns to his left, which is the wrong direction to turn in, and eventually I get on top for my finish. Now, when somebody turns in the wrong direction, that finish can be so devastating. It can be so strong. It almost feels like their head is going to pop off, and that's what you're always looking for. Now, I allow people a little bit of space to turn in that direction, away from the choke. But when they do, I just settle on it. If people turn the other direction, that's when you have to do a little bit more work. You have to follow them and go from there. You don't want them to turn towards their back. You want them to turn their back towards you. And in that case, you get a much stronger finish. I hope you guys see what was done there, and maybe even try to incorporate some of that back-taking guillotine stuff into your own game. Mess around with it. Have fun with it. Our bodies are probably going to be a little bit different. I'm short and squat. If you're a little bit taller than me or a little bit thinner or whatever, your legs might end up in a different position, but, be creative and mess around with it, see what you like. All right. Just comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this breakdown. I'm going to, go through the archives and find some more stuff that I want to break down. And if you guys have any suggestions, let me know.